One of my favorite comments about you. Annoying person who makes amazing music, which makes her even more annoying.
Fair enough.
Honestly, yeah. I like it. That's my favorite kind of compliment.
I mean, it's not like I killed somebody.
Hello, welcome to URL, a show all about the internet and the people on it and the people who make it and the people who make it fun. I'm your host, Courtney Miller, and I have my other host, another amazing host, Chance McCrary. Okay, that was like a 2.
I always moan in my intro. I didn't have to. No one made me.
No one made you. You just kind of decided.
Like, you gotta moan during your intro.
Today, URL stands for unironically really loud because our guest today is Jane Remover, rapper, hyperpop producer, singer-songwriter, and was just at Coachella.
This is true.
That is crazy. Welcome to the show, Jane, first of all.
Happy to be here.
You also have, that's not your only name. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Like you have like other artist names for other types of music.
I got a couple side projects, yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, alter egos. That's cool. Okay, I've never been to Coachella. What was it like?
I had never been either prior to this year.
Oh my God, I had never been either, but I also went this year.
Who's your favorite?
Carol G.
Ooh, good pick. My favorite, damn. Okay, so I saw Slater, and I've been a fan of her for like years, and I've never seen her live. Same with Ethel Cain. I've been a fan of her for so long.
Yes, Ethel Cain was up there for me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've listened to her too. I'm so bad at remembering the names of artists. Oh.
I wanted to catch Rusowski's set. Could not catch his set. That line was out the door and beyond. Like I couldn't do it. Same with like first weekend Nina Geraci, couldn't see it because the line was like so long.
Did you have an artist pass?
I did, but like the Sonora stage, they don't have any like VIP entrance, so you kind of just have to like, you're either in there or you're not there.
Wait, is that the one that's inside?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
I
when
snuck
I played
into that one.
Whoa!
There were like people leaving, and so I just
fucking boys.
So bad.
I'm bad.
Okay, so what was it like performing there? What was your setup like? What was where were you performing in? Like,
so I performed in the Sonora stage, and my setup was like we had a LED wall, but it had visuals in the back, like a camera feed, and it was like it had a bunch of cool effects on it. And then we had like an industrial light setup, fog machine.
I love fog machines.
I get scared. I'm like, if I inhale too much, it's gonna fuck up my breathing.
Oh, yeah.
First weekend, like they didn't stream my second weekend, but first weekend I was like so out of breath for a multitude of reasons. And I was so nervous out of my mind. I was like, I'm fucking up. And
was it just you on
me.
stage?
It's me and my friend Days, who usually DJs my set.
I just can't imagine performing at a place like that. It's like, what is the crowd like at Coachella?
Yeah,
did
you connect?
Does it feel like very different from your normal situation? Like,
yeah, I feel like there's usually a lot more energy at my shows, but it's no shade because they were all nice. Like, I could tell they were like they f***ed with it, but they weren't like that's not like their usual cup of tea.
So there's a lot of people kind of hearing you for the first time?
Yeah, and they were like, oh, yay. But I was like, open the pit. And then there would be like a very tiny pit that opened. Or like a couple tiny pits rather than one big
Okay,
one.
what's open the pit?
Like a mosh pit, right?
Pit.
Oh, like a mosh pit.
I once, when I was 14, I was like on the edge of a mosh pit and this big bald guy elbowed me in the head and I blacked out for a few seconds.
Oh, shit.
But then I was fine.
It's like, open the pit. Okay, today's Reddit story we are reading.
That's also such a we're like, open the pit, and then like 2 people step aside.
Just 2. I've seen pits that don't close. Not at my shows, but I've definitely like been at shows where like people will be on stage and they're like, open the pit. And then like it'll open and then it won't close.
Like it's just a circle, like a dance circle that nobody's going in the middle. Because normally a pit, it's like, then it starts like someone flushed a toilet and it's people going crazy.
Boom.
They smash in there. Nice.
I feel like I prefer when they jump rather than they mosh, because then it's like, you know, nobody's getting hurt.
Right.
Especially because like there's a lot of girls at my shows and I don't want them getting hurt.
And your music, I have only heard about hyperpop in the last year. Is it that it's a newer genre, or is it just like becoming more mainstream?
I think it's definitely on the newer side. What was your introduction to hyperpop?
I feel like you could guess.
Are you going to say Charlie XCX?
Is Charlie XCX hyperpop?
No.
Okay,
That's
no,
why I was
imagine if I was like, yeah, like Charlie XCX,
Yeah, that's
right?
what I
I think
was scared.
she definitely
Dabbles.
There's some
she's
inspo.
like a pioneer for sure.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say like I feel like an obvious one that you would probably guess. It was 100 Gex.
Hey,
Spencer showed me. Spencer and like Tommy is big into hyperpop too here on the cast. So like Tommy, he would be like, here, this is music. I'm like, and this is from Earth?
That's awesome.
And that's hyperpop. Debatably. You're right.
Where is music
If
from?
music is made and put on the internet, is it of this Earth?
and look, he transcends that.
Yeah.
It transcends. And let's talk about that here today.
Let's unpack that.
Okay, so, okay. We have these questions here. They are called the verifying questions, Jane.
After these questions at the end of the episode, we're going to decide if you're allowed on the internet or not.
Okay,
Because we're experts.
I trust you guys.
Okay,
Thank you.
That
That's
means a
actually,
lot.
you legally have to trust us if you're a guest on
You
our
signed
show.
into it.
Okay.
So thank you.
I did.
Okay, Jane Remover, I heard that you were talking about Letterboxd earlier with one of our other guests. So
Oh, you were snooping on me?
Ooh.
that Miles is like one of my favorite people. And you met him.
That's good.
He does like he's on Try Guys, and then he does like a show called
Perfect person.
Perfect Person is his podcast, and then he does what's it called? He does this thing called the Graveyard Shift, where he goes to
You was
restaurants.
talking to me about that, yeah.
It's my favorite.
Wait, what is that? We don't need to talk about it here.
Yeah, sorry, we can literally. That's a different person. But because of that, Jane Remover, how do you get into news shows / movies? Like, do you use Letterboxd, Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, and so?
I do use Letterboxd. I think I don't know if it's public or people just found it, but people found it.
Are you like a cursed reviewer?
I feel like my reviews, I don't think there's anything that could get me in trouble in there. You know, it's
Okay.
like,
Pull it up.
Jane
Fair.
Remover shades, X, Y, and Z.
Let's see. We're going to find out.
Oh, except I did give Hurry Up Tomorrow, the movie, a bad score because I didn't like it.
Okay, well, people.
But, like-
That's the whole point
That's
of
the
it.
point of it.
Yeah, but I'm like, I forget that I'm like, oh, you know, I can't really say anything about anyone right now. You know?
Well, whatever. Okay.
It's gonna turn into drama.
What's the last thing you watched?
Blue Velvet at the Logan Theater in Chicago.
What's that?
It's a movie. It's directed by David Lynch, who he was known for making really they're really surreal, really weird, but also really beautiful. They're kind of hard to follow sometimes, but I feel like a good introduction movie is Mulholland Drive. That's the most popular one.
Okay.
My least favorite David Lynch movie is probably Eraserhead.
Okay.
The baby crying in it. I can't stand it.
I need to watch all of these.
You haven't seen Mulholland Drive?
I don't think so.
You haven't?
No.
I recommend it. It's
the
great.
one where you're like, I'm ready for my close-up.
That's the line?
Yeah.
That's where it comes from?
Mhm.
You always forget that those popular lines.
What? No.
Oh.
Memories, baby.
The Eraserhead
Is that
baby.
E.T.? That look
That's
like E.T.
E.T.
I couldn't stand the little baby in this movie.
That's E.T. now. Feel old yet?
Okay, wow. What would you have rated Blue Velvet on Letterboxd?
I think I gave it 4 stars, but that was when I first watched it. I'd bump it up to a 4.5.
Oh.
Wow.
Cray,
Whoa.
cray. The
Wow.
movie's cray, cray.
Who were your first favorite artists where you were like, I fucking love this one?
My mom had a Black Eyed Peas CD.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
It's the one with Pump It.
Oh, that's Elefunk, right? That album?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She had Elefunk. She had The End, and then she had the one after The End. I think it was called The Beginning.
Ooh, my dad had Weird Al.
My mom loves Weird Al.
So is everybody. Everybody loves Weird Al.
My family had Creed.
Whoa. Okay, that's awesome. So when you were younger, that's the type of music that you were influenced by. And then what was your internet access like when you were younger? Like, what did you have?
Well, we had a family computer that I'd watch YouTube on. It's heavily monitored.
Heavily monitored. So.
Yeah, no, my mom would be like, "Oh, are you watching videos with cussing in them?"
Oh, like she. Oh my
Yeah.
God! Wait, we talked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, because I used to watch Smosh growing up, and when
Wow.
my mom gave me an iPod of my own to watch YouTube on my own accord, but she'd be like, "What are you watching on there?" And then she would look at my watch history. She's like, "This is inappropriate. You give me a phone."
Smosh was?
I was a little ass kid though. I was like 7 or 8.
I watched Smosh when I was
did.
younger too, and
Hey.
I definitely was. My family. I had a lot of siblings, so there was too many of us to monitor. So I feel like I got away with a lot. Not to say I didn't
Yeah.
get in trouble every now and again, but like
No one's safe. Yeah.
yeah. Did you ever were you ever just Googling things?
Zac Efron shirtless.
That's our
Respect.
Thanks.
Yeah, but Smosh is I remember at certain points my mom would run in because Smosh, just like South Park sometimes, like shows just where you just hear beep, 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 all the sensor beeping that they do to make it sound raunchy or whatever. My mom would run in and be like, "What are you watching?"
Oh yeah, no, I used to watch YouTube poops all the time.
YouTube poop.
What is YouTube poop?
It's kind of like a genre of YouTube videos, right?
Yeah, where it's like, it's basically just like people would take episodes of a TV show or like take music videos and just like heavily alter it and like make them like they had this thing called sentence mixing where they would like make SpongeBob say fuck, like.
Or like they would take a video and make like really long, awkward pauses in between lines and stuff. Like completely re-edit a talk show to seem like it was horrible. So family computer, YouTube poop. What else were you up to? There
was this one channel called The Computer Nerd 01. He used to do all those parodies.
Wait, I know exactly who you're talking about. What was his name?
Josh, right?
Josh.
His cousin went to my school.
Wait, this is a deep cut.
What was his deal? What did he do parodies of?
You know the parody of TikTok by Ketchup that's like,
yes.
Let's punch Captain Crunch, then we eat his face for lunch. Yes.
And he would make jokes that he like looked like Fred.
I kind of see it. It's the hair.
But I watched so much of this guy. I forgot about him.
I was like very ride or die for him. But yeah, this was like my introduction to the concept of like a YouTuber.
Yes. That is so funny. I freaked out when you said it because I've never heard anybody talk about him, but I watched so much of his stuff.
Sleeper agent activated?
Yes. I was like, like old XP just got reused. Like I don't know what happened to me.
New Year's Eve 2011, I went to my friend's house and we like put his videos on the TV.
Oh, wow.
That's a party right there.
That's a party because we were all like, 2011? I was like 8? Crazy.
God damn. Your birthday is 2003?
I'm 22.
Me too.
Okay, youngest guest on URL. Where's the trophy? I think so.
Yep.
Get the trophy.
I'd want to be 22.
Oh, mashup.
Okay, I think music is happening.
Write that down.
I'll write that down.
I remember having a crush on the cousin. Wait, it's the guy with the beanie. I think I had a crush on him for some reason. I don't know. I had many phases. I was all over the map with who I liked. Do you know what I mean?
Who was like your...
Like my type.
Who were like your celebrity crushes growing up?
I felt like because I wasn't allowing myself to like look at women, I didn't come out until I was in my 20s. So like, be like, I guess I'm supposed to like Justin Bieber. Like I would be like kind of like, and then I think it was One Direction where I really was like, whoa. But it was Louis.
Oh.
Kind of
that was your 1D bias, was Louis?
I think so. I had a poster in my room.
Zayn,
and they're all beautiful, gorgeous. They're all beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous. But it was like Niall for a while, and then it was like, oh, that kind of rhymed. Write that down. And I felt like I was supposed to like Harry, but then I found this one poster of Louis where he's on his knees in a teenage magazine. Alexina went, and I had that on the back of my door hidden from my father. It was like this. And that was in my room, Jane.
And how did that make you feel?
Alive. Okay, we'll go on to the next.
I'm cooking over here.
You're cooking?
What about you? Like, what were yours?
Oh, yeah, who is
I liked Harry. I also liked Niall for a while.
No, like your celebrity crushes.
Oh, shit. Not 1D bias.
What spoke to you?
Yeah, I loved... Who's that guy from... I'm doing the Amanda. I'm like, I loved... Who's that guy in Gods of Egypt? He was
the cartoon?
No. In the live action movie.
Oh, sorry.
His name... Can you help me? Oh, yeah. Brenton Thwaites or whatever.
What?
Brenton Thwaites.
Whoa.
That's not what he looks like. Come on.
Well, he looks like that now.
Of him. That's clearly what he looks
him.
like.
Look, he's the Nightwing guy.
Whoa, okay, of course you like him. Okay, Nightwing.
That spoke to you?
Yeah.
Nightwing bias.
Yes, ma'am. Nightwing bias for sure. But I don't like Robin.
No, he kind of...
Well, he's like inferior in every way. He's
True.
the sidekick.
He's designed to be...
He's a beta.
Even in Teen Titans.
So annoying.
Yeah.
I was really into Raven.
Sure.
And then there'd be a day where I'd be like, Starfire? No, Raven.
No, it can't be.
And then I still was like, no, but I'm straight.
I had Beast Boy bias.
Okay, another question. What content gives you the ick?
Thirst traps.
Wow.
Were you ever on Vine?
Yes.
Okay, do you remember that's kind of like the birthplace of thirst trap videos? Those were bad. Like there's
You
like
remember the grind on me?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And the move that was just like you did it. Guess you're hot now.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then just like a lip bite and a wink, and it was 6 seconds.
Sure.
So like that's all you really had to do. That was the whole video.
6 seconds too long, am I right?
And then TikTok was like, how about 15 seconds of that? And then it got really weird. By the way, you are the first guest, Jane, where in trying to research you, I felt like I was just constantly being gaslit by your followers.
Yeah.
I could not get to know you for the life of me. So forgive me if I
That's
seem...
why I'm here.
This is why...
So I can introduce myself to you.
Thank you to finally like speak on it. Okay, because
I'm writing that down.
Is it... Okay.
Put a hashtag on it, make it go viral.
Okay, I will say there was one of my favorite comments about you.
That looks familiar.
Oh! Give speech to UN. Yeah. Say, so did this happen?
She really did that?
She's, oh my goodness, so regal. Okay, my favorite comment recently.
She really did that.
This was, somebody said this a couple hours ago. Annoying person who makes amazing music, which makes her even more annoying.
Fair enough.
Honestly, I like it. That's my favorite kind of compliment.
I mean, it's not like I killed somebody.
No, and it's just they're jealous of you. They're just saying they're jealous of you.
Oh.
Because they're like,
I mean, they said I make good music. I feel like you got to be a little bit annoying to make good music.
Yes, I think anybody who's an artist is a little bit messed up, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. What was your first username?
I had a YouTube channel when I was very little, and I would just post like Mario Kart Wii time trials and like Pokemon Heart Gold walkthroughs.
Yeah,
wow.
This is so funny. Like,
I don't remember it because I was like, I had to have been younger than 10. So like,
wow.
over a decade ago.
But the fact that I couldn't figure out how to upload a goddamn video until I was 13.
Oh, well, you know what? There was this app called Video Star that they had like a direct like upload to YouTube from the app option.
Whoa.
So I was just abusing the hell out of that.
Oh, that's awesome. Video Star. Is that like a little editor?
Yeah, it's like you could also just like load in a song and then like have the video just be soundtrack to whatever song you imported to the app.
Whoa.
Who's your favorite Pokemon?
I have an Ampharos on my purse. The fans like to give me a lot of cards. So I have like a lot of random cards. I think Giratina's cool. I kind of have like the Zoroark hair going on.
Yes. Was that the picture you showed your hairstylist?
No, I actually asked my hairstylist, Hannah, shout out Hannah. I was kind of like, what do you think I should do? Because I had like...
That's the best.
Yeah, I first saw her like last summer and I was just like, you know what, let's just do like a little red in the front, like red in the front and the back and like keep the rest black. And then I was kind of rocking that for like the rest of the year. And then turn of the year, I had it just all red. All red like somebody died. Because I was seeing her like once every 3 months, whether that be to like touch it up or like get it completely redone. But right before I left for Coachella, I was like, what should we do to like make a statement?
Yes.
I walked into that salon and said, I want to make history. That's what this is.
That's what this is.
That's what this is.
Oh, that's really fun. No, that's like the best relationship. Because being a blonde, I go to a hairstylist a lot because it's a lot of upkeep, but it's the best when you have a relationship with a hairstylist to like just try stuff. And have they ever told you no to an idea?
Yeah, I mean, I probably can't do blonde.
Yeah, well, no, especially now because what you're like, it makes it so much harder.
Yeah.
Later on.
I really couldn't do it like last year because then they'd be like, oh, you want to be too hot so bad.
Yeah, well, at least they're helping you with their hair health. I had one that was like, this hairstylist just didn't want to do a style that I liked. They like to just do like really like just blunt bobs.
Oh.
And that's not what I wanted. I wanted like shag and like kind of what I have now. But I did change stylists because I was like, well, I need to spread my wings.
This isn't gonna work.
What should I do with my hair?
I kind of want to see like, I want to see bald.
Oh.
I think that if that day ever comes, it's going to be a hot, slippery day.
It's going to be a hot, slippery day. Okay, writing it down.
Writing it down. Would you ever do a crazy color?
I would. I don't know what crazy I would do. Maybe like a green.
I feel like green is so good on you.
Match a shirt.
Yes, see, green is around you.
And the shoes.
Write that down. I did in the pandemic, I did pink for a while. And then we wrote a sketch about a witch, or a girl, a wannabe witch. And I offered, and I don't know why I did, but I offered to go purple. And so I was really dark purple for a little bit. I'm not a purple girly. I did not like it.
You weren't feeling like Raven at all?
No. Ooh. Oh my God. If I had thought of it that way, I was like, can you Google Courtney Miller with purple hair? Because it is not.
I don't think I've ever seen this. You've had a lot of colored hairs.
Mm-hmm. I had red hair for a few months too.
Yeah.
What did you say?
There's evidence?
There is evidence. And I would just use color shampoo.
Oh, I like it.
But it was like my roots were growing in. And then there was another picture where I was the witch character.
Which Courtney Miller look is your favorite?
The one next
Which
to
Courtney Miller look is your favorite?
I miss that length. I miss the long hair for sure. I was also going I was like watching a lot of RuPaul's Drag Race, so my makeup was going crazy.
I love that.
Thank you. I think pink was fun. Sometimes I think my hairstylist would be upset because we worked so hard on my blonde, but I loved having pink for a little bit. I like having like strawberry ginger hair, except for my natural color is like see-through, like taupe. So I start to look like I'm bald underneath.
Oh.
And we don't want that. No.
But me, yes, you know.
Yes, bald on
It would
you.
kind of like, stir. It's like, is Courtney Miller balding?
Yeah, no, thank you. I don't need those allegations. What's your favorite app to spend time on?
Untitled. It's basically just where I put all my music. I don't really go on Reels as much as I do TikTok, but I do scroll both. My feeds are very different.
Yeah.
My TikTok, my TikTok stuff is more like genuinely funny. And then I'll exit TikTok once I like find a video about me or something, because I show up on my For You page sometimes. But then my Reels are like either cooking, or I'll get a lot of like music self-promo. Kind of like what Fantano makes his videos about, like Instagram Reels music. Great picture.
Bald. Sorry.
There's also a really big music critic who reviewed Submissive and Breedable or something. That's a Smosh song that came out. What did you think of that song?
I haven't heard it.
Oh.
Don't hate me.
No, you don't.
Should we play it for Jane?
Yeah,
My ears are open.
Okay,
Can we put
go.
the music video up? I feel like this is a funny opportunity.
This is our bosses.
Submissive and Breedable music video. This is Ian and Anthony, first time making a music video since they came back together, and it was with Baby No Money.
Oh, Baby No Money.
When she take control,
she beat my meat whack-a-mole.
I arch my back, curl my toes.
Submissive and breedable.
Call me Big Daddy's the one where I lay back and you do the mission.
Okay, Amanda.
Like a mathematician.
So, what did you think of that?
Thoughts?
My thoughts?
Yeah.
I'm surprised that this completely flew under my radar.
I'm surprised this was allowed to happen.
No. I think free speech is a beautiful thing.
Sure.
I admire like Baby No Money's. He's kind of determined to do like anything and everything.
I can agree with that.
Definitely.
Yes, he's really experienced it all online.
After seeing that, he's like, well, I guess Baby No Money will do anything and everything.
No, I mean like I'm not surprised. I'm just like he's done it all.
Yeah.
Yes, he has. Whose voice did you like the most? Which verse did you like the most?
I feel like Ian's voice is really good for voice acting, and it reminds me of like. Let me see if I can pull it out.
Okay.
It's like,
Okay, pull it out.
I think it's like a text to speech, I think, but it's of the I think it's a pug getting like washed in the sink or something, and the text to speech,
What?
and the text to speech is like, rub my belly. Wait,
Nicole knows it.
you know it? Okay.
I personally love Anthony's verse because I don't know why I love when a rapper has a really deep voice. Like I love Young Gravy.
Did you like Corpse
I did
when
like
he's making
those.
music?
Yes.
Choke me like you hate me, but you're like...
Yes.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Didn't he play Among Us with AOC?
Yes. I watched so much of that entire group playing Among Us in the pandemic, and now I'm friends with one of them. Jacksepticeye is one of the
Hey.
family here now. But yeah, Corpse husband, he was always just such a nice guy, and then his music was good, and then I think he disappeared because he didn't like the fame or something,
I have
right?
Submissive and Breedable stuck in my head.
Any like specific part of it? Or?
I love when she whack 'em all she beat. Oh, wait. I love when she lose control.
Yes.
Do you like my voice or what?
Yeah.
Okay, that
Well,
was
you-
not...
You sing. You do sing.
A submissive and breedable.
Yes. Amazing.
Great about.
Comparable. Submissive and breedable.
Submissive. Inbreedable.
Ooh.
Do you like the steel drum in there?
Where?
In the song?
I didn't notice it.
Ooh.
I was too focused on the lyrics.
What do you think of the wardrobe?
Brave.
Yes.
Good answer.
Good answer. Harnesses, man.
Wow.
I love when people wear a harness and don't know what they're for.
I feel like that's me sometimes. But like, that's why I kind of stick to like the usual black tank top, black jeans, uniform,
demure.
mindful.
Oh, yes. There it is. And the makeup.
I like the wearing shirts with the harnesses.
I mean, that would, if they weren't, I think it would be demonetized somehow. I don't know. But they made those little S&B turtlenecks. I wonder if they all still have those.
All right. I think.
You know, honestly, without the gimp on, like, I feel like I need something form-fitting like that in my wardrobe.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have like this mesh top, but it's like not the same.
I feel like I have a similar one in red. I got it from, it was like in, I think, Zara. And it's like, I love it because it can be comfy, but you can still show off the body. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. What do you consider bot activity online?
DM for promo.
DM for promo. Follow for follow.
Why is that still happening? And who's DMing?
We need jobs.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's true.
We need jobs, and managers need to promote their artists. So
True.
I feel like a lot of hate comments are like, they're not really original.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of bot activity.
Or it's just like one that feels like it just wants a response. It's not even like a genuine opinion. This one's something you miss about the internet 5 to 10 years ago.
Okay, well, 5 to 10 years. Okay, 5 years ago was 2021. A lot has changed, but also not that much has changed. 10 years ago, 2016.
Oh, wow.
Wait, you know, it'd be so cool if we like revived 2016. Like, that's like really in right now.
Is that what people are saying? That is. What
No, yeah, I don't know. I
They
don't
were
know
saying
why.
it was the
like,
last good year.
Yeah, before things went crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like personally, I've had better years than since.
I had a great
2016.
2019.
I would say that.
Yeah, 2019 was great.
I've heard this. We were talking about this. 2019 felt like a great year.
Yeah,
for
Life of
people.
Pierre 4 came out. It was the like best summer of my life. I was
Ooh.
16. Like,
Yeah.
Driving? Do you drive?
I learned how to drive when I was like 17, and then I got a car when I was 18. But then I moved at 19, so I was like, I gave it to my sister.
Oh, that's
Aw.
nice.
Wow.
But now she calls it her car, and I'm like,
That's my car.
did you pay for that? Like,
Did you buy your own car?
yeah, I was paying for my car.
Oh my
That's
God. That's awesome. Yeah. My first car was, I think, $1,700. It was like a 1995 Ford Escort. The fact that it was cheaper than a laptop at the time is
Yeah.
crazy.
Where did you work to buy your?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, honestly, it was just music.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was afforded the privilege of not having to like work a real job because
Wow.
music took off when I was 17.
That's awesome.
No, that is so lucky. I mean, Ian and Anthony got famous when they were 16, 17. Ian worked at Chuck E. Cheese and then Smosh. And so that's his legacy.
Yeah, I was just in school.
Oh, you didn't go to college, neither did I.
I did a year of college.
Okay.
How was that?
It was kind of, I mean, I definitely could have made it more enjoyable for myself because I would like go home every weekend.
So you didn't get
And-
to like the party life or the nightlife or the.
No, yeah. And like whoever I hung out with was just because like my sister and I went to the same college and like I was just hanging out with her friends. Or I'd just be like, please get dinner with me. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it was sad. It was really sad, but
College is a tough. I had a
really
tough
tough.
time with it. I mean, because I didn't even complete a year of community college, but I would visit my friend at her college in Irvine like all the time, and
Yeah.
just being a part of that world. And it was just like that was kind of a dark time.
Freshman year is tough.
Yeah, it's a big change where I think we put a lot of excitement and expectation on it. Like,
Yeah.
what is this gonna be?
I mean, I was low key dreading it the whole time. It was just like I couldn't. It was like inevitable for me.
Yeah, and we're like, that's like big growing up times. You're like figuring out a lot of who you are. That's real. Okay. What was the last internet rabbit hole you went down?
Damn, I haven't been down one of those in such a long time.
That's good.
You're intentional. You scroll responsibly.
I also just look my own name up way too much. That's the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I used to do that a lot, but
Me too.
have you been down a rabbit hole recently?
I think I just clicked something. What did I just click? La 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 la. Let me see.
La 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 la.
Oh no.
La 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 la
So it's Chad and Ryan kissing from High School Musical.
Oh.
Did they kiss like recently?
They didn't on camera.
Oh, I've heard the rumors that people are trying to say that they were getting into it.
Cadoodling.
Cadoodling.
Well, Ryan is like Sharp. That's like Sharpay's. He's so gay. Like,
What's the worst excuse you've texted someone to avoid going out?
damn, I don't know. I usually say yes.
Oh.
Okay, she's a social butterfly.
I did flake because I said yes to plans. This was actually last Friday. I made plans to hang out with 3 different people on the same Friday.
Oh.
But 2 of them just happened to fall through. So I just didn't follow up with either of them. And I was like,
Okay, there you go. Well, okay.
Well, that's perfect.
Some people just bounce around. You
Yeah.
know, like some people would have made that work. I used to do that in high school. Well, I mean, when I was legally allowed to drink,
We got her.
we got her.
Send them in.
Okay, well, good to know.
On the ground.
So you go out a lot? Like, or are you just like a social person?
I like to be in a room with other people.
What's your favorite type of hangout? Is it like a house party? Is it going to dinner? Is it like a show?
I love going to dinner. I love going to shows, partially because like I love studying how other people perform.
Who are some
was like-
artists that you've learned from recently?
Uh,
Or that you were like, that was a good show?
An Evening with Pink Pantheress.
Ooh.
Ooh la la.
Yes. It would be awesome to work with her.
Nice.
It would be amazing.
Nice.
It would be amazing. Impressive.
I would like that.
I would like it very much. Well, that's cool. Okay. And you said something about cooking. You had got a lot of cooking content on your reels. Do you like cooking?
I used to cook. When I was like living with my parents, I would cook for them a lot.
Whoa, cook for them. Okay, what would you cook?
I like to impress.
What was your favorite thing to cook?
I think one time I made butter chicken for my parents, and they were like,
Ooh, that's great. I think I just
But-
had butter chicken on.
"We are really easy to please as a family." Like, I think my favorite meal to cook for like the fam is like we would have this like big ass pot. We'd cut up like 4 potatoes, like dice them up, put them in the oven, put like 12 eggs in the pot, cut up a bunch of little sausages, put that in the pot, and then like after the potatoes are done cooking, put that in the pot too, start up. It's like potato egg,
Scramble.
scramble, and
Yum.
then, like put that on like a Portuguese roll or something.
Oh, I thought it started getting. I was like, and then crab go in, and shrimp and
Oh.
corn, and yes,
Oh,
that
like
sounded
a
like a
boil,
seafood
some
boil.
Carrots,
That's what
some
it kinda
bay
gave.
leaves.
Oh my God, I used to cook for my brothers a lot because the parents weren't, my mom wouldn't be home. And I definitely would get crafty. I think the 2 things I would cook for them was quesadillas with cut up burger patties put inside
Wow.
or
No, I
mac
would eat
and
that,
cheese. Yeah, or mac and cheese with burger patties as well.
I would do chicken parmesan, but I wouldn't bread it on. I wouldn't bread my own chicken.
Write that down, that bread it on. Chicken parmesan, but I wouldn't bread it on.
Oh,
Write it down.
chicken parmesan, but I wouldn't bread it on.
Okay.
It's so good.
Did you ever do like struggle meals growing up?
Yeah.
Yes.
What was like a struggle meal for you?
I actually just talked about struggle meals with on the show struggle meals. I did like just canned tuna
Oh, it's a refresher.
with with mayo and tortilla chips was the main thing. Or like when I was hungry and just there wasn't anything, it would be toast or bread with butter and then like sugar on it.
The white flour
yeah.
tortillas with American cheese.
Yes. Yeah. Tortillas were good. Well, American cheese. You're an American cheese household?
I didn't want to be, but yeah.
Yeah.
You ever had like a ketchup sandwich?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Untoasted slice of white bread, put a little glob of ketchup, fold it up, eat it.
Oh, ketchup. I think I would do.
That's really good.
I think I, for some reason, thought ketchup was really cursed on regular bread. It needed to be on a hot dog bun. But I was a mustard bitch. I love mustard.
You like spicy mustard?
Yeah.
Now I
Like,
do.
You like when it makes your like nose tingle the same way wasabi does?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I mean, when I was none of that was in our white Mormon household. But
Yeah. Oh, Mormon.
but as I got older, I'm addicted to spice now. Like
look at you.
I have spicy just to feel something
Yeah, me
now.
too.
But yeah,
Is there like a line
Mormon-
that you cross?
I'm trying to constantly cross that line and up my tolerance, I'd say.
Are there Mormon dishes?
Dirty soda.
Dirty soda, yeah, like the Italian soda, the cream soda vibe now. The milk soda, that wasn't a thing always because
Okay.
growing up, couldn't have any caffeine, any coffee. So
No, you know those TikToks of I think it's BYU. That's the school, right?
Yeah.
Of those street interviews going to BYU, and
Yeah.
it's like, would you rather kill your dog or drink some coffee? And then he was like, oh, I'll have to kill my dog. Like,
Oh my
Joby boy.
God. Insane. So we have like these guys called missionaries who go around trying to make more
We've
people
seen the Book of
Mormon.
Mormon.
You've met yes. Okay.
I haven't.
Sorry.
It's just these guys that go around. And so they literally are out of their hometown, sometimes in another country for 2 years. And they're on a budget. So they once showed our Sunday school class some of their like cheap little meals that they would make. And it was like toast with grape jelly and a slice of cheddar cheese. Was like a Mormon snack.
I don't like
Mormon snack.
What was your favorite struggle meal other than the ketchup bread?
Ketchup sandwiches. I used to just get like a bag of tortilla chips
Yep.
from the store and just like eat that periodically over the course of like a week or two. When my parents split up when I was little and I was living with my dad, he would just have like Slim Jims and like cartons of Yoo-Hoo in the fridge.
Yoo-Hoo. I've never
I was
had
picking
Yoo-Hoo.
those up.
Is Yoo-Hoo just chocolate milk?
Yeah. He also had like Pop-Tarts. I would like,
Oh, yeah.
I was a fat ass little kid. I would like break up Pop-Tarts and like put them in my Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's awesome.
Extra fiber.
I just remembered that I don't have microwaves in my home, and I think it's a trauma thing.
Oh, like you currently you've chosen not to
in my
have
adult
microwaves.
life, I have chosen not to have a microwave, and I think it's a trauma thing.
Why? Because
From when I was at my dad's, and I would have to cook all the meals in a microwave, and I hated it.
Okay, and so now you don't need a microwave because you're
And
a
now I
cook.
don't need a microwave.
You have an oven.
Yeah,
Mm.
and a
you go.
grill, and a pizza oven, and an air fryer.
Whoa.
I don't have an air fryer.
You gotta get
I
an
never did. I never had an air fryer.
Oh my God, you have. It's the best thing ever.
I don't
It'll change your
understand
life.
them. I don't understand them.
They rock.
I love like little because I'm on Reels. I deleted TikTok for a few months because I just have to,
It's probably better for you, yeah.
and I just like want them to feel. I want the app to know I'm done with it for a little bit.
Sure.
We miss you.
Yeah, and I have to. I brought it back recently because it's important to like know what my guests are doing on TikTok because it is such a big app.
You
But
have to like research.
but Reels, I've noticed, has a lot more like the content feels a lot more polished and a lot less influencer-y yelling at you. And there's so many amazing air fryer recipes, and I'm like, I love these, but I never touched an air fryer in my life. What's this?
Clearly
air fryer.
You don't own an air fryer.
What does this mean?
Clearly,
It's like
you don't own
geniuses
an
don't
air
own
fryer.
fryer?
Clearly.
Clearly.
Oh yeah, that's I have that
you-
saved on my phone.
That is my face. That is literally my face.
that you do that. Do it. Yes.
Clearly, you don't own an air fryer.
Clearly.
Jane Remover, what can't you quit online?
Tweeting.
Tweeting.
And it gets me in trouble. I gotta
Yes.
stop. No, I literally just saw my friend 2 days ago because they had a Chicago stop of the tour, and I like went to go see them, and like the first thing they said, they were like, Jane, you know I'd ride or die for you, but you got to keep your mouth shut on Twitter.
I do feel like the more you say on Twitter, the more at risk you are. Just doesn't matter
Yeah.
what you're saying. Just the more you're talking on there, the odds are the worst time you're gonna have.
I feel like I gotta stop like sharing opinions. I just gotta be like, wow, I feel good today.
I feel good today. Hey guys, or what all those Vine boys used to do was just like, hey girl, and they would just be like, you're cute. Ha
You
ha.
remember them white boys?
Yes. Oh my god.
Wait, what is that?
And it was Dem White
It was
Boys.
Dem White Boys.
Wait,
yeah.
is that? Wait, what song? Is that a band?
It was three
It was a group of
boys,
three
three
boys.
white boys
I
on
think
Vine.
one of them's Cola Brandt, right?
Yes, the family vlogger and liar.
Yeah.
Whoa, what'd he lie about?
They used to twerk.
They would twerk, they would dance, and they certainly wore
Not
dem
dem white boys.
And she just learned to twerk.
Yes.
So where are they now? What do they do now?
So I don't know where the other guys are, but he in the front is a family vlogger and has like
That
lots of interesting
is-
content.
You want to talk about my ick? Family vloggers.
Yes.
That is my ick through and through. Get those children off your screen. Stop profiting off them.
I know, and more states are making laws to regulate it.
Good.
But then the families just move to another state.
Oh,
Do
God.
you believe it?
That sucks.
It's never that serious. Like
Never that serious.
I wonder if I had been like my family had been a few years later, if that's what we would have been. Because a lot of family vloggers are like Mormon because a lot of it is about like,
spreading the word.
yeah, because like,
I did my research.
yes, I certainly did a lot of research as well. Reading the Book of Mormon.
You were the research.
I am the research. Yeah, we actually, Smosh has a bunch of sketches. We called this family the LeMace family. And it was making fun of those family
No
vloggers.
way.
Yeah, it was like there was a few of them. They did well. And then we bumped into Cola Brandt at an event, and he
No
was like,
way.
"Yo, saw your videos. Haha, they were really funny."
Oh, nice.
Oh, wait,
Really?
like in that tone, like, oh, your videos are really funny.
Like, hey,
Oh,
actually, like
yeah.
really funny.
Do you know exactly who you're making fun of?
Yeah, it's like you do know.
Oh my
what-
God, this is scary, Courtney, because this is a parallel universe where this was your life.
Oh my God, no.
Yes.
This is like about to be me tomorrow. Like I'm flying to Salt Lake City tomorrow.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm doing a Kill Me block party.
Oh my God, wait, fun.
I hope, yeah.
This is gonna be your audience. Yes.
Oh,
Yay.
I hope they like me.
Yes.
Yeah, they will.
Do you ever feel like when you're performing, because this is a weird, it's gonna have a multi-branch question. When I'm performing at Smosh, I am so like focused on what I'm doing that I'm not even wanting to pay attention to people's reactions to my performance. When you're performing on stage, are you like really connected and seeing like what the vibe is, or like can you like vividly remember someone who had a bad reaction to your show or things like that?
It depends. Over the fall last year, I opened for Turnstile, which was like, it was a great time. And they're like some of the coolest people I ever met, but their fans are not really open to listening to artists that aren't Turnstile.
Interesting.
That sucks.
So you could just tell. And does that like affect you in the moment, or are you just like in it?
Yeah, or you know, it was like kind of a culture shock for me because it was like, oh, dyed hair in the crowd, like, oh, you're gonna like Jane Remover if you got dyed hair. I guess not when you're dyed hair and you're 40. Like,
It is different. That is different. Wow. Okay.
Get
and
him,
so,
Jane.
Get them. So do you feel it affect your performance, or are you like locked in?
I feel like I'm used to it now.
Okay.
I feel like what matters is like I'm having fun, and I feel like I've done so many shows at this point where it's like, you know, it becomes a routine. So it's like I know what I'm doing up there. Every now and then I'll get like jump scared of a video of me performing when I was like 19, and I'm like,
Oh God.
Why? What's the difference?
I used to be so shy. I used to be like standing still. Like there are videos of like my first ever performance just being like,
Oh.
La 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 la.
do you guys want to jump or something?
Oh my God, that's so cool though. Like you kind of, I mean, being online, I've certainly had to experience this. Like I've been at Smosh for 11 years. When I first started, I was 19. I thought I was straight, and I also thought I was like, I'm genderqueer. Like I'm a completely different person from when I started. And like, yeah, it is weird to see old Smosh second channel, it wasn't Smosh Pit videos where I'm like, who is that girl? How did I
Yeah.
not know who I was? And
Yeah.
so
That girl.
yes, write that down. Write that down.
Ding-dong.
We should, do you think you have enough?
We're close. Yeah, are we ready?
What are you writing down?
Some rhymes.
He has a project that we're trying to finish today.
Yeah, we have a deadline.
Yeah,
Whoa.
actually, what do we think?
Yeah,
I think it's time.
Oh, you
Wow.
think
Do you
so?
want to do it now? Or sorry.
I could use a couple more
Okay.
rhymes.
Just
yeah,
got a little, don't worry. It's totally just a Southern thing.
Okay.
It's so chill. It's so chill. What has gotten better about the internet recently?
I think it's easier now more than ever to discover new music through the internet.
I'm on YouTube Music now.
Yeah. Music videos. I feel like music videos are coming back because you know how like COVID and quarantine kind of killed music videos?
Yeah.
Now they're coming back because everything is like opening up again. But yeah, that's also really...
That's like my favorite thing. I like to just put on a mix and then just new stuff comes in. And it takes a long time for me to like be like, okay, I like this artist and everything they're doing, because usually it's just like song by song for me. But yeah, music videos are so back. I'm so glad, because it feels like an art that isn't given a lot unless you're getting like millions and millions of views, because they're short, so they don't get all the ads and the revenue. But it's like so much money gets put into them if you're like Sabrina Carpenter, or all those, or like Cat's Eye, or who makes your favorite music videos?
Sabrina probably. Yeah.
They're so good. What did you think of Man Child as a music video?
That was kind of crazy. And I hate that I say this, but I'm like, it's nice to know that there isn't like AI in the video. It's like, it's all just like VFX and shit.
Yeah, I love seeing
I got
how
respect for that, because
Yeah.
it's so easy to just be like, put in a prompt or whatever now And like, yeah, you know, it'll people will care, but like most people don't care, which kind of sucks. Girl Like Me by Pink Panthers, that video just came out. That's video of the year. That's fucking crazy.
I don't think I've seen it yet.
That's your homework.
There was a K-pop video that came out recently that had a lot of AI, and they kind of like it disappointed a lot of the fans. I'm trying to remember what band it was.
Do you know what the song sounded like?
I actually no. It was Instagram, so I didn't even see the song. It was just like someone talking about the music video and how they kind of were like, yeah, we wanted to be able to make this happen really fast, and we were able to do it. And it's like, I think that person,
Thanks to the help of,
yeah,
I don't even know what they do. What's like the program? Is it?
I don't even.
Sora? Is it Midjourney?
I don't
Thanks
even
to the help
know.
of Midjourney.
I literally spend so little time caring about, like, I don't even want to give anything even about AI attention. Like, I work so hard to hit not interested. Like, I sometimes feel like my algorithm is trying to soft launch AI content into and I'm like, nope. I like am immediately.
The news ones are fucking me up now.
What
it's
news
like
ones?
It's like a newscaster, and I can't tell that it's AI.
I know, and you know what's so annoying about those?
It's like a newscaster, a live person on the news giving like news.
But it's fully
But it's
AI generated.
Fully AI.
And you know what's crazy, Chance? It is so easy to record a fake news sketch.
Yeah.
It is not hard to record. Put a suit on, sit in front of a blue wall.
No,
like,
it's worse. It's like there are people trying to pass it off as real news. It's like about world events and shit.
I hate it.
It's really tough.
Yeah, I think I saw the one where it's like, this is the invention of the escalator. And like, isn't that crazy? Like showing like as if it was an old news story from like the 70s.
Oh.
You could film that so easily in real life. I'm not impressed by this. As a sketch comedian, I'm not impressed by this. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
Have you ever stumbled into an internet community that you're not familiar with?
I think when I was on Vine, I followed a lot of editors. Cause I mean, like that's kind of how I edit all my music videos.
Wow,
So
I didn't know that.
Part of that is because I was like watching edits on Vine and like AMVs on YouTube. But like I got brunch with Tiffany Day a while ago, and we were talking about like editing on Vine, and I was like, oh my God, I remember you from editing on Vine. But I was like, I didn't put two and two together.
Oh.
But there were a lot of animes that I did not watch, and
And you've only like seen the edits of?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like Yuri on Ice, I have not seen an episode of Yuri on Ice, but I've seen quite a few edits of it.
Okay, so do you get a lot of edit content on TikTok?
Nowadays, no.
Oh, that's like my favorite thing on there. I mean, it's annoying when clearly like it's a template that someone else created
Yeah, like
and now, yeah. But when it's an original, like there's some editors on TikTok that make where it's like, oh, these people should be making all of the trailers that are out like ever. But it's so good.
You ever watch a movie trailer and you like count how many times he was like a big suspenseful?
Yeah, the same bass.
Sure.
And
you edit your own
these.
music videos?
Yeah, except my first one, Census Designated. That one was edited by Quadeca.
Do you like the editing process?
I feel like I'm too stubborn to let anybody else do it, but I'm also like not skilled enough to make it look expensive.
Well, there's always a way to like do most of the work and then have somebody come in.
Pass it on.
Yeah, pass it on.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be easier if I didn't use like Sony Vegas 13.
Okay, what's the reasoning?
That's just what I learned how to use when I was a kid, and I haven't learned anything else.
It's hard. Like I was iMovie, which is like whatever. It's fine. But then I wanted to level up and then I didn't, but I was too scared. And then you just find out through word of mouth, like, oh, you can move to this one and it's basically the same. So I wonder what the step up for that would be.
It's kind of like when people start making music on GarageBand and then they move up to Logic Pro. 'Cause
Right.
It's like the same thing.
Yeah, I think I downloaded Logic Pro recently and I still have yet to learn it. I'm a music wannabe. You are music.
Yeah, but I don't do
You
the
don't like
techie
doing that
part.
stuff?
You're the music? I am the music.
I am the music.
Yes.
Where are my backup singers?
Would you consider yourself a lyricist or a composer, or what do you think you are? What do you think you are?
What are you?
Oh, an artist,
Yeah.
a writer.
Yeah, I mean, that's great.
I hear melodies and I can play melodies and I can sing
Melodies in your
That's
head.
kind of composy.
composy and I can hear the difference in chords and the quality and like what I want. But I can't I don't do the techie things or any of the.
Mm-hmm. And you know piano, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. And do you play instrument?
When I was little, my parents tried to get me to do piano lessons and drum lessons when I was 6.
Whoa.
And I can't read sheet music, so I was like, I can't do this. I quit.
When you were 6.
Well,
Like, I can't read it. I'm out.
I did it over the course of a few years, and I was just
Okay.
like playing by memory instead of actually
Sure.
learning the music.
Like song by song kind of thing. Yeah. I wonder how many artists actually can read music that are like really popular artists right now.
Ooh, good
Do you think it's like
question.
very little?
I think it's very little.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of like really talented
Yeah.
artists that play instruments, but like, I don't know. I've never really been able to read sheet music.
It's so cool, like, because people, it's like math to people.
Yeah.
It is.
Like those people who are like, here, I gave this sheet music without the title on it to my grandmother, and then she played it, and she doesn't realize that she's playing like Chapel Roan or something.
Yeah.
Like, I think that is so cool. I think that's such a skill. But it's cool that you also don't need to know how to do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just translating the feeling.
Yes.
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 Okay, so you're pretty online.
I'm pretty online.
You're baked into the coding almost.
Yeah.
What's something you've seen your friends do online that you could never do yourself?
I mean, there's a lot of like, personal things I can't post my mom for Mother's Day, or like I can't post if I was in a relationship, I can't post that, like
Right. You got privacy. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's pretty, I think that's like a very intentional thing that like a lot of people totally relate to. And then do you have any friends that do like content that you could never do?
I don't think I have any friends that like do this right now, but there was like a big wave in self promo where like people would just like pop up their phone and being like, if you like this, and this, you're like me, like.
Oh, yes, I've seen those.
And I've always just had to be like, I will always support you, but please, you don't have to look at me. This isn't you.
Did I just write the song of the summer?
Yes.
Did you ever think about doing that?
Ooh.
Did I ever think about making a song of the summer?
Please make the song of the summer.
So What is Loki's song of the summer, I feel
Wait,
like.
so what?
My song, So What?
Okay. I thought you meant by Pink. So what?
So What?
I like it. Okay, thank
What's
you.
the vibe of So What?
I was crushing on one of my friends.
You said all your songs are about boys, right? Or that's what you, I'm quoting you. I'm quoting you.
Well, yes.
Well, yes.
That is true.
Okay. Me too. All my
Hey.
songs are going to be about boys. What am I saying?
Well,
I don't know.
it's not that all my songs are about boys, but like if they're about somebody, it's usually a boy.
Okay. No, yeah. Because I think there was an interview that I think it was like some company was asking people like, why do gay guys like your
Grindr?
music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do gay guys what?
Like your music.
Oh.
Well, gay guys are mean on Twitter.com, on Zitter.
Oh, get 'em. Get 'em. Zitter.
On Zitter.
Okay.
Gay guys we're on the same team. Lay off. Like,
Yeah.
What was the last thing you bought online?
oh, heat protectant for my hair.
Ooh. And that is one of the smartest things you can buy.
Yeah.
It is important. I have been frying my hair lately, just crunching, crisping it off.
I stopped using heat on my hair.
Wow.
Are you letting it air dry, or are you just doing cold air?
Air dry.
Okay, and then what was the last text in your group chat?
The last text I sent in a group chat.
I'm scared.
Oh yeah, what was yours?
I think a bisexual would be a spork as a matter of technicality. And then someone said, I can identify with a spork, TBH.
That's
Oh, the last message I sent was like, sorry I didn't get to say bye to any of y'all. I'll see you in June. Because I was, it's like a group chat of like all my friends back home.
Aw.
But the last thing I sent was this tweet that it's, okay.
What is it?
What is
Okay, so
it?
the backstory is like, it's this TikTok of like these girls lined up about like what they're dressed for Halloween. And it's like, I'm Megan Maroney, I'm Charlie XCX, I'm Sabrina Carpenter, I'm a singer from the 80s.
Oh.
And she's wearing a shirt that says 80s baby.
Oh.
So the tweet that I sent was somebody tweeting hashtag new profile pic. And it's the shirt from
Oh
I'm
my
a singer from the 80s.
I'm a singer from the 80s.
That's good.
Just generic 80s singer amongst the biggest. Also, I think that font is a 70s style
Yeah, it's
font
giving
as
more
well.
70s.
So that is
At all.
crunchy. Probably AI, the shirt.
Get 'em.
Wow. Isn't that so fun? Just being nothing for Halloween. Like, 80s
I haven't dressed
baby.
up for Halloween since I was like 12.
Why?
You're not a costume person?
I'm too indecisive, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I get that. We dress up a lot here. And so it can take the fun out of it for when you can do it for not work. but I still love
it.
What do you think
too.
he's doing for this Halloween?
Ooh.
I haven't thought yet this year.
Not that it matters.
You have not thought this year.
I haven't had a thought this year.
We should talk about that. I was thinking about Cortana.
That's awesome.
I love a morph suit. Especially when I've been weight training.
Hey.
I was almost Mystique last year, so I still have the bodysuit for that. Like the whole morph suit. It's like literally just it's printed on. And then there was another good one. I am currently I forgot that I commissioned someone to make a costume this year. I made sure to do that early this year, and it's the Nuka-Cola girl from Fallout. Do you ever play Fallout? Do you play video games?
No. Honestly, no. I don't. I haven't played video games in like a long time.
Okay.
I've been playing Tomodachi Life.
Oh,
That's her.
that is incredible.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, no, I have seen this before.
Isn't she a baddie and a half?
Incredible.
Yes.
It's great.
And so I commissioned a person who actually was like, they were at the Chosen meetup. I met them through something else, but they're commissioning this costume. They're making it for me right now. I forgot that I did that like months ago.
Yeah.
I paid them and everything. They're making it.
Nuka-Cola?
Nuka-Cola. So you don't play video games? Because I had a question about like if there was any video game music that you really like.
Well, I have CDs of Pokemon Black and White soundtrack and Pokemon Diamond Pearl Platinum soundtrack.
Okay.
Those are like my prized possessions.
Did you ever play the Legend of Zelda games at all?
I had some friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like those. That music is my favorite.
What like almost got me into it was the Ben Drown creepypasta. I really liked Pokemon creepypastas growing up. That's actually my album Revenge Seekers, like a big inspiration for that was Pokemon creepypastas.
Whoa.
There was this one called like Blue Tears, where it was basically just like, I don't know if you know like the story of Gen 1 Pokemon, but it's like you play as Trainer Red and then like you like basically work your way up to be the champion, and then like your rival's named Blue. And then basically the Blue Tears creepypasta is basically just like Blue like kills his Pokemon and then kills you.
Whoa.
Because he's like, I was supposed to be the champion.
And then Blue's Revenge. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, whoa, that's crazy. I like that. No, I think that stuff that's like inspired by IP is like the coolest thing.
I love it.
Like I feel like a lot of books coming out lately are like reimaginings of like big classic stories. Like there's somebody I know who wrote a book that's like a reimagining of The Little Mermaid.
How'd they reimagine it?
She's black.
Actually, she's hot. She's like her hair is milk white and her eyes are
she's
milk
white.
white. She's white, actually. She's
Like, wait.
hot.
Did I do that?
It's the same story. How are we doing on what you're writing?
I think we got some rhymes.
Okay, should we record?
Yeah, we can record. So
Okay.
we have to record right now.
Okay.
We have this music career thing that we're working on. So yeah.
I empathize, yeah.
Okay, thank you. So Chance, whatever you got to do.
Okay. Yeah. Can you? Do you want to?
Yeah. Should I get on my mic?
Sit over there.
Do you mind touching with me?
Yeah, you could just
Yeah,
switch
sure.
really quickly.
This chair, it like rocks a little.
Sorry, we gotta
just so you
record.
know.
Oh, do you like to do it for fun?
Yeah, sometimes I do.
Okay.
Okay, so
Hey.
okay, you have your lyrics.
Yep.
Ready?
Play that track.
And then I will verse. Okay,
Are you gonna verse?
I'll verse as well after
Okay.
you. After you, you tell me when to go in.
Speak on it.
Can you turn it up any?
Put a hashtag on it, make it go viral. I'm not kidding, so don't give me no eye roll. Chicken parmesan, but I won't bread it on. The shit isn't cooking, turn the heat up higher. Not working, you don't own an air fryer. Got that Zorrock hair, you tryna stop and stare. I haven't had a thought this year, only down to 2 brain cells. I'm cooked, I fear.
David Lynch. Ask baby, hyper pop princess, don't call me maybe. See that girl? Watch that guy. 19-year-old Jane looking hella shy.
If I was you, I'd wanna be 22. Oh,
And bring it back.
Pokemon walkthrough. Horse not through.
Hey.
Doing anything and everything. Do you wanna hear me sing? 1D bias. Don't tell us be shy us.
It was Niall for a while, but Zayn was my main. Harry on his knees got me insane.
It was Louis, but
YouTube poop. Coachella, you Hochella. Where the hell you been, Bella? You looking like a Barbie. I'm fucking not sorry.
Wow.
do you think we have a future in music?
Be honest.
Yeah.
She said yeah!
Yes!
Jane, and
You guys can
because of
cheer if
that,
you want.
yeah, you guys could cheer. Because of that, I think, Jane, you are allowed online.
You think so?
How could we take you away? You know, we could never.
They can never make me hate you.
Oh, they could never make us hate you.
Oh.
You're amazing. Jane, do you have anything you'd like to say to the internet right now?
Oh, speak on it.
Yes, please. Be real, be real, be real.
Ooh, wait. Let me see if I have anything if I have any drafted tweets I want to.
Yes.
I love this. I love this.
Meepa. Zoom, zoom.
You want to switch back? Oh, sure. Oh, smart. Okay. All right. No, you're good. Okay. Okay, I'm actually honored. Jane Remover.
Oh, I did. Okay, I did. Well, I put this on my story instead, but I said LA 3 nights like I'm Dominic Fike because I'm playing 3 nights in LA.
Okay.
3 nights at the Fonda.
Oh, did you already do that?
No, I'm doing it in June.
Oh my God.
that's so exciting.
When
And-
is it?
Yeah.
We're going to come.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
Not if I can have a say in that. You're not allowed
you seriously
in.
coming to my show?
Yeah, we're going to get.
I have to check my own Twitter to
Security's gonna
see.
stop us at the door. You're like,
You're like, Smosh?
18,
you're actually
19,
on another
20.
list.
oh.
Oh my God, my birthday is.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wait, what sign is that?
I'm Gemini.
What does that mean?
It means
Oh.
we're fun. It means we're smart.
We're
It means
both
we're
Geminis.
communicative.
Yeah, we're both Geminis.
Oh.
It means we're a lot in the best way.
I'm a Libra.
Okay.
I know my
Libra.
big 3 just because I get asked it enough, but I don't know. I have a picture of my birth chart. I don't know what it means.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I think it's. I'm not really big into it, but I think it's really fun and interesting. And I think I'm like a Gemini, Aries, Virgo, or something. I don't know.
I'm a Libra sun, Libra moon, and a Pisces rising.
Very cool.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, whatever that means. That was really, I'm honored that we were able to perform our music for you and get your honest thoughts because
We've been working on it.
yeah, and the younger generation is just really bringing in a new wave of music and we want to know your opinion. So thank you. And so now we not only know how you feel about our music, but also Submissive and Breedable. So that's huge.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that you felt comfortable enough to be open with me in a space like this.
Hey, thank you.
Oh, ow.
Do you have any other Twitter drafts you want to read?
Okay, let me think. Okay, well, I was gonna tweet this earlier, but there's red hair discourse going on because Netspend dyed his hair red, and everybody's like, I keep mistaking Netspend for Jane Remover, but it's like we're both copying Aguilar,
Okay.
because she has red hair.
Ariel.
Ariel, who's white.
Who's
What?
Who's white. Okay, cool. Well, thank you. That's one thing I miss about Twitter a lot is the chaotic Twitter drafts. I don't think I even have them anymore. I think if you delete the app for a while, they go away. Yeah.
I've deactivated way too many times. I always deactivate as a joke, but my fans are like, "What did you guys do to her? you drove her off the app." I'm like, I'm not.
Just for the bit? That's so funny.
What else do I have?
I delete the app, but I don't deactivate because I don't know. I guess I thought it would affect who follows me and stuff. Cause there's some people who follow me on there that I'm like, I don't have that connection with movie directors and stuff that I'm like, I don't know. It's pretty cool.
I have a couple. Ladies, if he calls closed pieces, run.
Closed pieces?
Clothes pieces.
Oh.
Like this piece. What about this piece? What the?
Ow. Ow. A chance.
Swallow it.
It's so f***ed up to say it. What were you going to say?
Well, I was going to put it on a soundboard.
Yeah.
Swallow.
We have talked about having a soundboard on this show.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, why don't you have one?
We should, and that should be yours. Chance.
Swallow it.
Swallow it.
Swallow it.
Just that's when you insult somebody and they have to just fucking take it.
you should can you do a corpse husband impression? Do you know that song?
No, give it to me.
You know that song?
I do.
Choke me like you hate me, but you love me. You don't cute when I name you.
You know me. I am corpse husband.
Can I try to do the corpse husband?
Is that low enough or does it need to be lower? Tell me. I'll take notes.
It's like
Josie.
it's like a lot more like laid
Submissive
back.
and breedable.
It's like a lot more.
I'm not gonna repeat that.
That's okay. Okay.
My
Jane
fans are
River,
gonna clip that.
we won't. I promise. We're not like that.
Clip that.
We will not clip that.
Clip that.
Clip that.
Swallow
Swallow
it.
it.
Jane River, thank you so much for being on URL.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being the youngest guest in the world. You are the youngest person ever.
I'm only 22 years old.
I'm 4 years old. Please, so you're doing a bunch of shows this summer, including 3 at the Fonda in June. That might have already happened by the time this comes out, but you have lots of shows coming up. Let us know.
Yes.
What's going on? What's going on?
Catch Jane Remover at the live exhibit. From I think the first show is June 4th at Irving Plaza. It's like a Gov Ball after party type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing Gov Ball. And I'm doing a string of shows in North America. And I don't know if we have announced the Europe tours by the time this comes out. So it's like there is a European leg of the tour.
Ooh.
And then I'm coming back here to do more American shows. Maybe even more that we've yet to plan. I don't know. I'm trying to be on the road.
Let's go. Are you going to be on a bus?
Yeah.
Oof.
We can't do vans anymore.
Why? Too big? Too many people?
Yeah, there's too many people, and it's also like I need to sleep.
Yeah.
I've toured on a bus. It's adjusting. You have to adjust to the sleeping on the bus.
It's like a bunker, right?
It's a bunk bed. But after the first night, you kind of adjust and it's really nice.
The vibrations of the...
Yeah, sometimes it kind of is comforting, but also skincare on the road is tough.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it's like the venue's closing now and you gotta go. And so I'm like doing my skin. I toured a little bit like with our comedy show, and I was doing my skincare on a public bathroom like sink edge.
Oh my God, been there.
Just like the water's cold and then you go out the stage doors and fans are like, picture, and I'm just like greasy and look like a mouse, and I'm
Wait,
like,
you
okay.
look crazy. Can I get a picture?
Yeah, I was like, hey, and then there was some person who was screen recording the photos, so it's like a video also. Like it sucked. It sucked. Anyways, this video should be ending now.
Yeah.
Thank you again. Thanks, and please check out Jane Remover's music everywhere. And I hope everybody feels better leaving the internet today than when they opened it. Love you. And Chance, what else?
I got something. Hold on. Oh shit. Okay, this is crazy.